In this video, I'm going to talk about a little known tool that will help you figure out your reader's every wish and desire. Reader expectations. We talk about this all the time, but what does it really mean? What do readers expect? Well, they expect something familiar yet unexpected, at least when we're talking about reading your story, right? As an author, you have to know what's going to feel familiar to your readers, but what's also going to feel unexpected because you need this in your marketing. How generic was that, right? Is your head hurting yet, or are you rolling your eyes? Well, here's another generic question for you, and it's a simple question that you can ask, and I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but it stumps many authors and frustrates them to no end. And that question is, what books are similar to yours? How accurately does this describe your marketing? Maybe you go to Amazon and search for books in your genre, and that doesn't work very well because you're only going to get a limited amount of books. And if an author that's writing in your genre doesn't use the right keywords, you're not going to find a representative list because, let's face it, keywords on Amazon are geared for discoverability, but there's only so many keywords you can use for fiction. But what about Goodreads? Well, sure, you can peruse the list there if you have the patience to put up with the website's user interface. There's always word of mouth, but unless you have friends that are very well read, that's not really reliable either. And you can always read, and read some more in your genre from now until the end of time, but if your book is already written, well, that's probably not going to do you too much good. Because if you follow my philosophy, I don't change my stories to suit the marketplace. It's okay, I have a solution, and trust me, this is a good one. Enter LibraryThing's TagMash tool. LibraryThing is a competitor to Goodreads, and it usually gets downplayed because it's like the little brother in the corner that nobody talks about. Because it's not as robust, but the website can be your very best friend when it comes to finding out books that are similar to yours. I guarantee that this is going to blow your mind, so stick with me and let me show you how this works. Okay, here we are inside the LibraryThing website. Now, I really am not going to go through the LibraryThing website or give you a tour because if you've used Goodreads, it's going to be the same thing. It's just a different flavor. And I'll also tell you that I knew about LibraryThing for a long time, but I never knew about the TagMash feature. And, for all of its successes and how great it is, it's really not that easy to find. In fact, I could not find it on the website searching it. So the best way to find it is going to be to go up into your search bar and just search for LibraryThing TagMash. And then click on the first thing that pops up. And this is the TagMash tool. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Here we have cozy and mystery. So we have two tags, cozy and mystery. So if you're a mystery reader and you want to read a mystery book that is also a cozy book, you type in both of those, and what LibraryThing does is it searches its database for all of the books that match a description of cozy and mystery, and it mashes them together. Now, the reason this is so effective is because readers on LibraryThing have the ability to add tags to books, and they add tags that they think are descriptive of the genre and what is in the story. So in its purest form, this is completely reader curated. So if a reader reads a book and tags it as a cozy, well, you can be pretty darn sure it's going to be a cozy or at least have cozy elements. Now, the reason this is so much better than Amazon is because on Amazon, readers can't do this, and authors aren't necessarily tagging their books with keywords that are going to be indicative of what's in the book. Because let's face it, on Amazon, you have to use keywords to get your book discovered, and there are a lot of authors who will use keywords that aren't even relevant to their book, or will, put it in a genre that it's not necessarily in, but will get exposure. So it's never going to be accurate on Amazon, and it's never going to be 100% accurate when readers do it either, but it's going to have a better rate of success. Let's say I have a book that is a thriller and it takes place inside of a hotel. Well, I would want to know what other books are similar to mine, so I could, market to readers who have read books that like hotel thrillers. Well, if we go over here into this search bar and I type in hotel and I type in thriller, now it takes a really long time for it to mash the tags, but it returns a result that looks somewhat like this. So we have 112 books that are tagged with hotel and thriller. Now, you could go through all of these books and you could look at them and you could probably find 5 or 6 books that are similar to yours. Now, let's use another tag. Let's say we want a hotel thriller with action. So as you can see, it narrowed it down a little bit. Let me show you another example. What if you have a story that's kind of like a cross genre? So what if you want a story about vampires, but what if you also want a mystery? So what if you want a vampire mystery? Now look at this. We've got a lot of results here, but we've got, we see quite a few repeat authors here, but there are a lot of different results that you can explore that have vampires and mystery. So this is a very effective tool if you're crossing genres, because you can take the tropes that are in one genre and mix them with the tropes that are in another genre, and you can see what authors have done in the past. Now, the only downside to this site is that you're going to see, for the most part, traditionally published books, because self-published books really, as far as I've seen, aren't really very popular on Library Thing. Now, that's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because with traditional publishers, you can see what readers are reading, you can see what's already been vetted, and it's going to get you some accurate results. The downside is that you want to use the tools that I talked about before this tutorial. So you want to go on Amazon and look, see what's selling. You want to use Goodreads if you can, because you'll tend to see more self-published works there. And then you just want to use the word of mouth and other tools that you have to find books that are similar to yours. If you take all of these holistically, that will give you a very good idea of what books are similar to yours. So, it's not the end-all be-all tool. TagMash certainly isn't, but it will certainly help you be able to answer that question more definitively, which is something that I struggled with at the beginning of my career. What books are similar to mine? That's it for this video. If this is your first time watching, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if this video helped you in some way, do me a favor and click the like button. Thanks for watching.